Michael Rapaport. Many of you may be familiar with him. He's an actor, although I haven't seen him star in anything new recently. But, you know, he was kind of like the white guy from New York that kind of had like black friends in hip hop, right? So that's where some people know him from. Some people remember from the movie Higher Learning, etc. But anyway, Michael Rapaport has become a big nuisance also in reference to this issue. He did speak at the March for Israel in DC, but he's just been losing it, particularly on Twitter and TikTok, and he's getting on a lot of people's nerves. So I want to show you his speech here first from the March for Israel, and then we'll go into some of the things that he said. Oh dear, on Twitter.
38 days ago, Israel was attacked. We know what happened. The hostages must come home. Free every single one of them. There cannot be a ceasefire until the hostages are home. I have never felt this prideful to be Jewish in my life. It's been a crazy time, but Jewish people around the world, we have seen it all. We have heard it all. Israel is not going anywhere. And to the people that aren't with us, you're going to thank us later. All you young people in the front, you are beautiful. You're beautiful. Stay strong, all right? Stay safe, stay sane, and make sure you stay disruptive.
Yeah, so obviously I covered that march before, but that march did not have the same impact or effect as the pro-Palestinian marches. It's very clear that the American people, actually across the world, people are not buying the mainstream media narrative about this, and that really frustrates someone like Michael Rapaport. Shout out to Danny Haifong. What's up? He said he's talentless, LMAO. Yeah, So then he made this comment. He tried to make the comparison to black people. And I think this is where some people really, really were upset with Michael, because Michael, you stepped in it. He said if 10 black people from America were taken hostage in Gaza by Hamas, the entire world would be on the same page, period. Really, Michael? Listen to what he says.
Yo, if 20 American tourists, 20 American tourists, forget the 1,200 people that were murdered, slaughtered, civilians. If 20 American civilians, all African American, all black, all ages, were taken hostage, and 10 of them were murdered and raped, and there was 10 surviving American tourist hostages that were all black, there's not one motherfucker in this country that would be talking about ceasefire.
Let me pause here for a second. Actually, Michael, when black people are missing or disappear, most of the time it's either not covered by mainstream media or it's covered very quickly within under a minute, and you never hear about it again. This goes back to the missing black children in Atlanta years ago, missing black teenage girls in Washington, D.C. So actually, no, typically when black people disappear, that is actually not the response. But see, this is what happens with people. Because see, Michael, Michael, he thinks that because he has a couple of black friends in the hip hop industry and like the music industry, he thinks he's like, I'm cool with black people. So, at some point or another, somebody told him that he was invited to the cookout. I don't think that should have happened because Michael has lost his shit. He's all over. You guys have got to see this on Twitter if you've not seen his videos. But he got the cookout invite. So he feels very comfortable saying some of the things he's saying. But the reality is, that would not happen. Most people wouldn't cover it. most people who do cover it, the majority of people wouldn't even care, Michael. That's the thing. That's the thing. Let me let him continue. This is just one of the videos.
There's not one person. It would be bring the fucking hostages back, and they better be alive. They better be pristine.
This is actually not the best example either in reference to the hostage situation, because people don't take us hostage. Other countries don't take Black people hostage because they know that this country would not bargain to get them back. Now, some people brought up the situation in reference to Brittany Griner. Brittany Griner was arrested for carrying an illegal substance, CBD oil, whatever, into Russia, which you cannot bring into Russia. That's a different situation. She wasn't taken hostage. And they worked to get her back. She was also a professional athlete. Keep that in mind. But what I'm saying is this. We're not taken hostage for a reason. We're not kidnapped for a reason. They know that our country is not going to come and fight for us and try to find us. Bingo.
There wouldn't be no ceasefire. There would be no round. Can you imagine college students ripping down posters of 10 Black people from America?
We wouldn't even have a poster. We wouldn't have a poster. When Black people are missing, there's no poster. Mikey? Okay.
If they were taken hostage and 10 others were raped and murdered, nobody would be saying shit. The African American community would be demanding they came back. White people, Black people, Jewish people would be demanding they come back. There wouldn't be
and this is another one I have to debunk. Actually, the Black community wasn't even in agreement in reference to the Brittany Griner situation. Just letting you know that as a Black person, let Michael try to tell it, but I'm just letting you know there was not a consensus across the board among the Black community in reference to Brittany Griner. And I seem to remember some of the other professional athletes, Black professional athletes, were totally silent on that issue, did not come for Brittany Griner's defense. So it's just, again, he thinks he know it though, because somebody told him he could come to the cookout.
a discussion of a ceasefire. That's a fact. Nobody can tell me shit that is not a fucking fact. Forget the 1,200 other people that were murdered. I'm talking about just 10.
I can tell you, Michael, Michael has lost it. I don't know how old Michael is now, but Michael has lost it. He feels that no one can tell him that wouldn't be a fact. He's just wrong on so many levels.
I don't compare tragedies, 9/11 versus the Oklahoma City bombing versus this, that, and the third. If it was just 10 African American people, they would be demanding, everybody would be demanding, get them back, get them back, get them back. The word ceasefire wouldn't be in the vernacular. It'd be like, ravage the fucking place until they come back, and they better come back safe and sound.
They didn't even want to do anything in reference to George Floyd, Michael. All the protests that we had in this country across the world, and the demand was, ceasefire, not ceasefire, excuse me. He's got me saying that now. And the demand was at that point in time, Eric, I can't come out of the screen. Can you come out of it for me? The demand was at that point in time was to defund the police. And even for people who didn't agree with defund the police, the point that I'm trying to make when it came to the George Floyd situation, they didn't give us anything. They didn't give us anything. I mean, now it gets crazier. The same guy who ranted for years about how he could not stand President Trump, now he's going on to say now he might vote for Trump. This guy is all over the place.
There's been other things too. There's other times where I'm sure for Dick staying Donald Trump, who I had conversations with, I might vote for that motherfucker. Oh yeah, I'll break your hearts. Let me tell you something. Things don't get straightened up in this world ASAP. And I know Smoking Joe has said the right thing about Israel. But when I'm seeing motherfuckers in New York City climb in public in front of crowds of people, rip down UN flags, rip down Israeli flags, rip down American flags on Veterans Day, when the economy is the way the economy is, when I'm paying fucking mortgage rates up the wunk up, I mean, I'm getting, forget a colonoscopy.
Aren't you like, okay, so here is another Hollywood actor complaining about paying for things. You're a lot better off than a lot of us, Michael. Okay, he's a lot better off than a lot of us. Very interesting.
You don't need to get a colonoscopy. Go buy a house. The interest rates, go buy a car. And I know Smoking Joe has done some things for I know. But I'm telling you right now, go buy yourself go check what it's like to buy a car. Buy a house. The money.
The average American can't afford to buy a house. See, that's the thing. This goes to show the disconnect between him and the average everyday people. How many people in New York can afford to buy a home? Not even New York City. I'll be generous. Let's say the New York City suburbs or northern New Jersey. How many people that live in New York City can afford to actually buy a house? Michael looks like he's hurting. He looked like he in pain or something.
The fucking chaos in this country, the chaos around the world. But I'm too far down the Gringo Mandingo. I'm too far down the disruptive warrior rabbit hole to pull back now. The comments have been made, I said. I've had conversations with some of my... If it comes down to pig dick Donald Trump and Smoking Joe Biden, I'm sorry. I am sorry. Voting for pig dick Donald Trump is on the table. I'm sorry. I'm fucking sorry. I'll still call him slob dick Donald Trump, pig dick Donald Trump, and all that. But we need to...
So now, Michael, you guys see what's happening here? The same guy who attacked Donald Trump relentlessly when Donald Trump was president. Now it's okay for him to say he's going to vote for Donald Trump. This is why people don't take Michael Rapaport seriously, because he makes a clown of himself. What a mess.
To get this whole fucking situation under control.
There's one final... Oh, that was the last one. Okay. Yeah. So, Michael, if you go to Michael's page, it's a mess. If you go to his page, it's kind of funny.
Who I had conversations with, I might vote.
He's still talking. If you go to his page, it's funny. There's a picture of him and it's like his face on someone else's body or whatever, and a mullet. But it's just like I guess they removed that. I'm sorry. He's just been on a rampage. Like, what the fuck? Like, let's see what else he posted recently. I just wanted to see. Oh, there's Kyrie Irving. Oh, he's going to be mad at that one. But it's just, look at him. He's just not having a good day. I think he's painful, right? Look at him. What do you say?
Sadness, this anxiety and this dread overwhelm you. Draw strength from your family, from your friends, from your ancestors, and the worldwide bond that we share that has always put the battery in your back. We're used to being looked at as different because that's what we are. We are different, and that's a good thing. I know that Jews are looked at as weak, but we're stronger than you can imagine. That's why you hurl propaganda bullshit that we control all the money, we control the media, because it's plausible. It's plausible, because we're just that good. Smart, compassionate, moral, and strong people. And we need to stand taller than ever against all those sick, dumb, uneducated black tar in their blood fucks who hate Jews because they ain't. You hate us because you ain't us. It's.
You know what's interesting, though, that more people are starting to point out is that he played a skinhead. That's starting to circle around on Twitter, that he played a skinhead in the movie Higher Learning.
Always been hurled our way. Hate, prejudice has always been hurled our way. And a lot of times we deal with it with compassion or the understanding that it might be mental illness. Fuck that. Never again, you fucks. Anyone saying to me, be on the right side of history, knowing what side I'm on, means you're on the wrong side of history, which means you're on the side of terrorists, murderers, rapists who would burn and behead you and your family. They would love to burn and behead you and your family. There's only right or wrong right now. You either support a caring community or you support extremist exterminators.
It sounded like he said a Karen community. I think he was trying to say caring, but it sounded like he said a Karen community. Ay, ay, ay. What a doozy. Yes, you heard that right. He said black tar. I don't know what that. He's lost it. He's on a rampage. Let's go to some of the comments. Shout out to Buckeye for the super chat. The only good thing that Rapaport did recently was the A Tribe Called Quest documentary. And even some of that was questionable with the rollout. And thank you, Worskill. He's allegedly gonna fight Rome. LOL. Oh, Michael Rapaport. Oh, I haven't been on Twitter in a couple of hours. I have to check that. Rome probably went after him. And thank you for the super chat, Penny. Benny Hinn, CUFI preaches Hitler did a favor. Yeah, I've heard. It's terrible. I'll take the comment on Rockfin and then we'll head out. Rock and roll. Thank you for the tip on Rockfin Roger. This by far was the funniest response to this asshole, still laughing to this very day. Yes, Sab, we have no value or power. Also, the most important thing Norm said you didn't show was if we are going to talk about releasing hostages, then let's include the 2.3 million Palestinians held in an open air concentration camp. Yes. Yes. Thank you so much. And thank you for this tip, Roger. Rapaport standing with the average man. Yeah, I think Eric just grabbed this. So I'll go ahead and put this up on the screen. Michael Rapaport net worth $8 million. Boo-hoo. Boo-hoo, Michael. Oh, I feel so sorry for you. You guys know what it's like to pay a fucking mortgage. You know what it's like? How much it's going to cost to buy this car? Let me stop. Oh, no. $8 million, Michael. $8 million. Jesus Christ.